Howdy folks, AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and today's video is going to be a response video to Boogie2988. He posted a video not too long ago on the issue of used games, the controversy about used games being allowed in the next generation of consoles. I guess the makers of Xbox and PlayStation 3 it'll be Xbox One for the next version, and it'll be PlayStation 4. For those two future consoles, they're debating on whether or not they're going to put in digital rights management that would prohibit playing used games on those consoles. And apparently this stems from a problem that they have with GameStop and their business model of selling used games and so forth. And so Boogie did a video about addressing this, and I wanted to give my 2 cents also, because as Boogie pointed out, I use Steam. I'm primarily a PC gamer, and I use Steam, as I've stated before, to get most of my games and manage my game library and so forth. And the reason that, just like Boogie said, that I do that is because Steam, the makers of Steam, Valve, is the company that owns it, created it and owns it. I think they get it that that people, if you give people value, they will spend their money, wisely, even though they're not getting a physical copy of anything. So you can't trade any of these games on Steam. It's against, it would, if you were to give somebody else access to your account or whatever, that's in violation of the of the end user's license agreement and everything. But they frequently put games on major discount. And I'm just going to give you a quick example, because I'm looking at my Steam account right now, and I'm looking at the sales they have for this weekend. And I'm just going to give you guys some examples here. If you don't have Steam, if you're a console player and you don't play on PC, maybe this will be good information for you. But I'm just giving an example of the deals that they're running right now. And they have these deals all the time. Every day there's different deals. Every week there's different deals. And then several times a year they have huge sales where there's just all kinds of stuff on sale. It's insane. But for right now, they have the entire Alan Wake franchise 90% off. It is $4 for the entire Alan Wake franchise. $4. Okay, you pay more for that at McDonald's to get a burger and fries. The Crusader Kings 2, the entire collection is $20. It's 75% off. And if you just want the regular, just the basic game, it's $10. So let's say you chose that you want, and that's 75%. It's usually $39.99. So let's say you chose Crusader Kings and Alan Wake this weekend because you felt like spending a little bit of money. You would get 2 really good games for $14. $14 for 2 really good games. Then, in addition, they also have Serious Sam HD 75% off, and that's $4.99. So that's another $5. Okay, so we're up to $19. You could get Serious Sam HD, Alan Wake franchise, the entire franchise, and Crusader Kings 2 for $19. And console players are going out and spending $60 on a game, or after it's been out for quite a while, they might get it for $40. And if they get it used, like Boogie said, you get $5 off at GameStop or whatever. here on Steam, I just gave you 3 examples of and there's other stuff on sale right now. The Devil May Cry is 40% off. I mean, Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 is 50% off. I mean, and this is all the time. And so there's absolutely no reason to to go to GameStop and buy used games when you've got, this kind of stuff here, and so if the console makers wanted to compete with GameStop and their business model of selling used games and so forth, they could offer a similar situation here. They could have on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, if they had these kind of deals going all the time, rotating deals and things like that, and there's timers on these things like this Crusaders King. Let's see here. It'll tell me how, it ends in 11 minutes. It's been going since yesterday, and so that sale is going to end in 11 minutes. And so a lot of people, and if I go over to what their best sellers are, it tells you what their top sellers are currently on Steam. Alan Wake franchise is number 1 because it's $4 for the entire franchise. Crusader Kings 2 Collection is number 2 because it's 75% off. Devil May Cry is 40% off. It's it's number 3 on there. So, like Boogie was alluding to, or he didn't allude to it, he came right out and said it. He said if they did the same type of thing on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, that they do on Steam, their issue with the whole used game business model and GameStop and all that, it would become a moot point. Gamers would be eating this stuff up like crazy. They'd be buying stuff up on direct to drive on and on the next, I don't remember the specs, but on the next generation of consoles, I don't know how much bigger the hard drives are going to be, but there you go, direct to drive, make the hard drives bigger or whatever, and have these kind of sales, and there you are. You kind of solve your own problem, In addition, Steam they have what they call their workshop, where they can make, and they have many different games now that utilize the workshop, where people can create their own items, maps, whatever, all their own content, and then submit it, and the community, and not only the community, but Steam itself, the developers, they check it and make sure it's okay and everything, and then they approve the content, and then that stuff can be downloaded right there to for Team Fortress 2 or whatever. There's all kinds of items in Team Fortress 2 that other players created, and then they have if you want to do a guide on a particular game, let's take Skyrim for example. Skyrim, if you wanted to do a guide, you could publish a guide right through Steam under your name, that you wrote it. That's your game guide that you wrote and put it on there. So, I mean, it's just fantastic. So, just wanted to give my 2 cents on the whole thing. As far as I'm concerned, I think they should allow used games right now to be played on the next generation of consoles, because gamers have made it very clear that they want more choices. They don't want DRM that says to play our game that you paid $60 for, you have to be plugged in you have to live internet connection at all times. Diablo 3, Sims, the latest generation, SimCity, those types of things. We don't want that. Okay, we want to be able to play used games on consoles. If you have a problem with the used, the used game market and that business model, then do what we're talking about and compete with Steam, and you'll take care of that. But until then, allow gamers. When I was growing up, I had an Intellivision and an Atari 2600, and we routinely traded games. I'd have a game that I'd played the heck out of, and didn't really care to play it anymore. And another buddy of mine had not played it, and he had a game that I hadn't played, and we would just swap. There you go, and that is because you couldn't afford to go out and buy, you know, a new game. So you did that, you know, and it's all about having choices, and that's what we want as gamers. We want choices. So anyway, that's my 2 cents, and I'll put a link here to Boogie's video. So if you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch it. And until next time, we will catch you guys on the flip side.